we're not limited where we sell things. There's a lot of new ideas out there. There's food trucks. There's the Uber of this, where they come to your house and do a massage or walk your dog for you. All these are really supply chain topics, which is one of our chapters this week. Vending machines for clothing sound weird. Vending machines for Best Buy sound weird. But not really. If you're going to be Best Buy and you're going to have vending machines at airports, you're talking target market. You got people inside the gate, that means they have a ticket. So right there you have business travelers and wealthier vacationers. You can stock particular items. And what about retail? Are you going to buy clothing that impersonally from a vending machine? Well, it's the largest category of online sales, so we don't need service or to try it on necessarily. It is expensive for the company for returns, but people are looking convenience over service. And this is a millennial thing. Nowadays, convenience trumps touch and feel. Interaction is not what matters. It's getting something different for the right price. How can stores like Aldi, Walmart, and Costco and Home Depot sell stuff so cheap? Home Depot to me has become really interesting. I think they have decent products and good products, but the prices are so cheap because their supply chain is so efficient that it almost looks like it's not good quality. But Aldi, super cheap. How can you get a biggie bag for $5 right now, or these combo meals with 4 items for $4? That's supply chain. There's no way Aldi could do what they do, sell fresh produce, avocados for 25 cents from Mexico. How can they do that? It's supply chain. And the two chapters are, to me, completely interrelated. Supply chain and retailing are one and the same. If you think about it, retailers are just people that resell stuff. They buy it for $1 and try to sell it for $2. So the only way to do that and to have a profit margin is to have a really efficient supply chain. You guys have paper 3 due, and I'll get to that. Okay, so now how does marketing factor into every topic that deals with sales? Well, in 1954, my favorite business thinker of all time, Peter Drucker, said, so keep in mind, 1954, how can mass media, so it's not press, radio, TV now, it's internet, be used as substitute for individual selling efforts? Younger people, you guys are wired different. You don't want help at Target. You want to be left alone. You want to buy stuff online even when you're not at the store. So he wrote, how can customer habit be created before a sales effort is made? Self distribution, packaging, advertising are as revolutionary as automation was. So back in the day, Henry Ford's factory was a wow thing. How about now, where things could ship automatically to your house? Maybe in the future, Amazon's goal is to ship to you before you even order it, before you know it. They have enough data and information that they can ship to you. Supply chain topics that help retailers. You can get food, clothing, everything delivered now. I just saw during an NBA basketball game this week, you can rent goats for your yard for 3 days. Why are we facing I hate the word, retail apocalypse? Why are stores going out of business? People will tell you it's Amazon. No, it's not. We only buy 10% of what we buy online, but if a store is boring, it's going to go out of business. So if you're Kmart or Sears or JCPenney, you're boring and you're in trouble. But we also have too many of them. We have roughly 3 to 4 times the square footage of 2 other rich countries like Japan and France. So we shop, let's just pretend we shop more than any other culture, and we probably do. But do we need 4 times as much retail space as France and Japan? I'll give us double if we're really shopping fools, but 4 times, we have too much of it. Stores that go out of business sometimes survive as online retailers. So this infographic to me is very valuable. Why is e-commerce so important to all companies? Why do they want to sell online? Okay, so the same pair of jeans that sell for $150, if you sell it in the store it costs them $45 to get those jeans. When you go through all the expenses, they clear $24 on those jeans, and that's assuming you can sell it. It doesn't have to get clearance and things like that. But $150 jeans, they pay $45 and they make $25. Keep it simple. They pay $50, they sell it for $150, they make $25. Well, if you do it online, and there is cost involved with online, you still have employees, but they're in a warehouse. You still have to clean and heat and insure a warehouse, but you don't have stores. So those same pants, when you go through their costs, you clear basically double the profit margin, 30% versus 16%. They make $45 profit versus $24 profit. So that to me is pretty important to think about. Why is e-commerce so important? Because it is more efficient, so that becomes a supply chain topic. It's less steps. It's more automated. Okay, so retail apocalypse. Sears is closing, Kmart's closing, these stores are closing, everyone's losing their jobs. Well, those jobs that we see are gone. What about the ones we don't see? What about all the distribution centers? Heck, Amazon has 2 in Michigan and they're opening a 3rd one in Pontiac. Now, we don't go in those buildings, we're not allowed in those buildings, but there's an equal number I've seen. I think I've seen 400,000 retail jobs have get crushed over the past few years, but the equal amount have been added, and here's your typical gloom and doom negativity headline. The retail jobs, what do they pay? $12, things like that. The warehousing jobs pay 14, 18. So we've created the same number of jobs we've lost, but at a higher pay. The death of malls. Malls won't die, but guess what? Malls are owned by a landlord. They don't care if it's a store, if it's a Legoland, if it's a church, or if it's a rock climbing. As long as they're collecting rent, they don't care. And online shopping may only be 10%, it's going to grow, but if malls will survive, they'll be like Great Lakes Crossing, Legolands, and great rainforest cafes. I'm drawing a blank. They have an aquarium. They're entertainment hubs. Amazon is really doing a lot of things. They have Amazon Go, which means no employees. I think there's a guy making sushi. So there's someone in the store doing stuff, but you check yourself out. They're opening up, ironically, of all irony possible, they were a bookseller originally. They're opening up retail locations to sell books, but they're also do returns at Kohl's. They're opening up grocery stores in addition to owning Whole Foods. They're looking for augmented reality. They want to have technology where you can visualize what the clothes would look like on you, what the furniture would look like in the corner of your family room. So they really want to be a technology software company. All their profit comes from Amazon Web Services. So they understand that they sell t-shirts and pillows and umbrellas really just to have a company that can sell the IT department, and they're increasingly selling marketing things. Walmart's coming at them with the quote that I had from Peter Drucker: how can you automate something? Jet Black is a service by Walmart rather. You can say, I'm going to a 6-year-old's birthday party and he likes these things. They have data. They can look what's trending with 6-year-olds that like trains and robots, and they do it all for you. So we're seeing a ton of automation. Amazon's profit doesn't come from retail. It comes from you using them. Third-party dropship, over half their business now. I list my dog supplies and clothing on their website. I pay monthly fees for being on there, and I'll pay for marketing services. Amazon, retail shop, clothing detector. I don't think this stuff is to sell more merchandise. They will, but it's also to possibly sell the technology. If they could have self-checkout through technology, I think they'd like Kroger to use, is my opinion. So the thing to ask is, should stores feel more like websites? It's kind of the opposite. Should a website feel like a store so I can shop on the couch? What about the other way? Why don't stores have more of a web feel to it? And they're trying, but they're not good. Dick's Sporting Goods, we don't have that size. We'll ship it to you. I know DSW shoe store, really good with that. Companies now can look at Walmart can check inventory. Restaurants that have no front door, meaning they're just for selling, are important because restaurants are retailers. We buy more now from establishments than grocery stores. Paper 3. Your first paper was marketing in the old days. Your second paper was marketing today. Your third paper is supposed to be futuristic marketing topics. I have an article just to get you thinking about it, but you can pick any future topic you enjoy. We've had a 90% and 80% score in the first two papers. We're going for hundreds on this one, and you'll do it. You know, you've had feedback by now. Use the rubric, and you'll earn on the paper that counts the highest point one. You'll earn all your points. Follow the rubric. Most importantly, have a great Thanksgiving. I'm giving my top 3 picks. I'm not a big turkey guy. I'm a meat eater, but I don't love turkey. I like the stuffing. I strangely like the cheap canned cranberry stuff that's in the can and comes out shaped like the can. And maybe the top dessert, drink, and booze mixture of all time is eggnog. Have a great holiday. Email me with any questions.